Good Sunday morning. It is the 26th of January. Getting very close to the end of the month already. Pretty crazy. It's going to be a warmer day. Highs up into the low 40s, a low to mid 40s. So a lot of melting going on. Yeah, it's definitely on. This week it will be a melting week, but the following week looks even more warm than that. But between then and now, maybe a little bit of mischief this coming weekend. We'll have to see. But in general, we're not super warm. We're pretty much seasonal. Low to mid 40s is pretty seasonal for this time of year. Here's this little low to the south that kind of, was something that was an interest at one point, has pretty much kind of fizzled out. This was the one where I was wondering if maybe we get a snow chance early in the week. It just didn't really materialize the way I had hoped. I mean, it wouldn't, but it just didn't. Then we're going to get some reinforcing shots of cool air after Wednesday. So would not be surprised Tuesday and Wednesday if we hit 50 or above. And that will really do a lot of melting for anything that's out there. But then cooler and windy conditions will follow that. So a chilly weekend, the ending of the week, not weekend coming up, but like the Thursday, Friday would be cool. And then we have cool air sitting around, and here comes this upper level low that's just been slow to get its act together to figure out what it was going to do as it came out. Of course, it's going to come out right as the cold air starts to retreat. So the question is, how much cold will be around, and could it potentially mix or be something more than just rain? You will see in the forecast, if you look at it, that rain-snow mix has entered the forecast for the weekend. Of course, it's during the weekend, because why would it be during the week? But I don't know how this is going to pan out. I'd say it's something to watch. This high to the north, depending on where it is, and if it gets set up right, could be more cold east of the mountains. I don't think it would be all snow. It would be kind of a mixy mess. But this mixy mess, as you can see here, will move on out, and then we do warm up the following week. And that following week, we could see highs in the 60s for a couple days at least, if not several days in a row, before I believe that the cold air will come back. And that's what you're seeing here in the forecast. This is really far off. We're now out to the 4th of February, and it does come back. That colder air kind of settles in, and with that, maybe some chances of precipitation, and it may not be rain. It could be a mix or snow or something of that nature. So we'll just have to see how things pan out. Nothing at this far out needs to be set in stone, other than I can say that the forecast models overall are favoring a warm-up, well, pretty normal this week, a warm-up briefly, and then a cool down again. And then we'll have to see whether or not we can time things right, because this is not a prolific cold outbreak that will begin. This will be the typical kind of borderline scenario. So if the lows and highs don't line up right, you don't get snow. But if they do, you could get snow. So that's kind of what we're seeing. Anyway, so that's kind of what's going on. So enjoy the weather. It's a little bit warmer. Enjoy the week. All the snow will melt. And then we'll have to watch this coming weekend. And I also wouldn't be surprised if this dries up more than it has already. It already dried up a little bit, even though the forecast models the way I saw it, as we go into next weekend. So I'm not sure the models are really set or know exactly what's going to happen when all that gets ejected and everything like that. But here, way far out, I just want you to know, this is another really cold pocket of air trying to head south. So we'll have to see if this means anything for us. I don't know what it will mean, but it does look like it's just going to get colder and stormier as we head into the second half of February. Have an awesome day, awesome rest of your weekend. It's been your Loudoun County Weather Outlook.